Alrighty, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and today we're showcasing Mari. Now, a lot of people always ask, Zxous, if I don't have Crown, who's a good replacement? Zxous, if I don't have Crown and I never have Crown, who can I use to replace her? Honestly, in my personal opinion, Mari is the closest thing you can ever get to Crown, genuinely, right? She basically has the exact same Crown does, just a lesser version of it. That's how I see Mari, right? I just see her as a Crown 0.5 rather than a 2.0, right? One thing about Mari is if you do pull her, you do get a few free skins, and this is a news free skin that you actually get with this collab. So let's go ahead and equip that because why not, right? But let me tell you guys what Mari does. She's a burst 2 supporter, electric, of course, a sniper rifle as well. And then let me tell you guys what she has to offer. So she's on a 20-second cooldown with an AoE as burst skill damage, which, you know, her AoE does some low damage, but then she gives all allies an attack damage buff, right? For 10 seconds at 31%. Crown does the same thing, but rather than an AoE, she gives a shield. Right, she gives the attack damage buff as well, and I think at a lower percentage, but she gives a shield rather than AoE, right? So there's that. On her skill 2, she gives herself pierce every other 5 seconds after the first 10 seconds of a battle, and she gives herself a 23% attack buff for 5 seconds every other 5 seconds after the first 10 seconds of a battle, but then every other 5 seconds of after the first 10 seconds of a battle, she gives all allies a 23.77% attack buff of the caster's attack for 5 seconds. Great, good. So yeah, she gives an attack buff every other 5 seconds basically. And then on her skill 1, after landing an attack with a full charge, which is every normal attack, damage dealt to shield is increased by 77.36% for 3 seconds to all allies, right? If you notice, Asuka and Rei, the old one, only gives in like this type of shield damaging thing to themselves. She actually gives it to everybody on the team. And then if she does attack an ally or enemy with a core, all allies get a pierce damage buff of 31%, which is quite crazy. So that's why I kind of call her the hand-me-down Crown, because if you were to compare her to Crown, right, let me actually just put Crown on the team to show you guys like somewhat of a comparison. Is she exactly like Crown? Not even close. But if you look at Crown's skills, an attack damage buff, yep, and then she also gives an attack damage buff here, and then she gives an attack buff here, right, when you enter a full burst. This character is giving an attack buff every other 5 seconds. It's very less than what Crown is giving. She gives an attack damage buff here, and then rather than it being another attack damage buff, she gives a pierce damage buff. So she's like the closest thing you can get to a Crown, but not close enough. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna be using her today, and we're gonna see how well she is. So let's go ahead and use her. Alrighty, so this is the team I decided to put together. Obviously everybody here is the Iron character. The thing is, Red Hood guaranteed us pierce the entire game. Laplace gets pierced every time you use her burst skill, and then later in Maxwell is just buffing up these two characters. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see how well you know, they are with this. And we're also going to take a look at Mari and her damage as well, even though she's not type advantage right now. Sorry about the mic if that hurts you guys' ears or whatever. But yeah, like, yeah, no, she's a pierce buffer. The only thing is I kind of wish she was a burst 1 after, because she came out after or before Grave. So I kind of wish that, you know, she was a burst 1, because if I was to put her and Grave on the same team and use both her and Grave burst skill every burst rotation, I think I can actually use Grave on the team as a like flex burst 2 and still get some of the pierce damaging buffs. We're gonna see. But Red Hood is here at 3.4 million, and she's going to what? Because she has the pierce buff right now, right? Every core hit, every full charge, every core hit, whatever, is giving us a pierce hit. And she 101, yeah, or 107 actually, yeah. Right, if you take a look at Red Hood, she has a pierce buff right now. Look, pierce damage buff for free. For free. All because she what? Attack the enemy's core, like for real. We for real, right? And then they're always just gonna have like that's just being reapplied. Look, that's just being reapplied. Look, let's look at where is it? It's just being reapplied. Okay. Anyways, here we go. Laplace. Okay, she got a, you guys seen the core hit right there. 33 million from Laplace. 33 million to what? Oh, imagine having core damaging. Oh my god, imagine having core hits and pierce. Anyways, 33 million to what? to 91 million. We lost some damage there though, because the enemy jumped. Like the enemy literally jumped, so we lost like 3 seconds of damage, unfortunately. But it's fine. It is what it is. Red Hood 131 or 134 to what is it? 134 to 245. Yeah, and the thing is, I can show you guys the difference between Mari and like Pierce characters, and then Crown, right? Like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take I'll take a picture on my phone of the final end result of this team right here, and like the overall damage here, and then I'm gonna pause the video and then cut to the exact same team, but rather than having Mari there, I will have Crown there. And I know we're not gonna get the heals permanently because we're not gonna have another healer on the team, but to be fair, that would just be Crown's kit completely by herself, right? So we're gonna do Mari completely by herself, 555, and how she operates, with Crown by herself, 10-10-10 with all the overload gear and all that extra stuff. And I'm going to show you guys like the difference between having Mari on the team with Pierce characters and having Crown on the team, right? And if it's a close difference, if it's a blowout difference, if it's not that like crazy of a difference, we're going to see, right? But even Mari herself, her damage is yikes. But to be fair, Mari has AoE, right? So if there's only one enemy, her AoE is not doing much. But if there's a lot of enemies, her AoE is doing more, right? That's just how it is, right? If there's more enemies, it's more damage for AoE. That's just how that works, right? If I'm doing 1 million damage to one enemy, because there's only one enemy on an AoE, if there was 3 enemies, I would do 3 million damage. It's just how that works, right? But yeah, I mean, I like the thing is, it's so crazy to me because I didn't actually realize it until Mari and especially Grave and even Zwei. When Zwei came out, that's who I should have brought. Zwei is who I should have brought as the burst 1, because Zwei is a Pierce buffer. That's who I was looking for. The thing is, the Pierce buffers to characters who have permanent Pierce, right? Alice, Red Hood, Laplace, these characters who have just Pierce in general, they just are just better buffers for like the Pierce buffers are just better with Pierce characters than like just general buffers. And I don't know why, but that's just how it is, right? Like when I did Grave compared to Crown, Grave always smoked Crown when Grave was paired up with permanent Pierce characters, right? But then Crown beat Grave when it wasn't like Pierce characters, right? And don't get me wrong, Grave also had like attack damage and buffs and stuff like that too, but her whole thing was, you know, Pierce as well, right? Not her whole thing, but the main part of these characters, both Mari and Grave, is Pierce, even though they have attack damaging buffs and even attack buffs, right? It's just their whole thing is Pierce, to be honest. So we're gonna take a look and see what this damage is. Let me get my phone ready. Go ahead and get my little phone ready right here to get a picture and snap the final damage, and then also the like overall final touch, right? And we're gonna end the full burst right now. So perfect. Only 0.53 seconds left. So we ended up getting 1.4 million or billion, my bad. And then this was the damage output between all of them. Okay, and I'm gonna pause it and come back with Crown. All right, y'all, so we got the last few seconds of this team. As you guys see, the overall damage number is clearly higher, but then again, Crown is type advantage against this enemy, and Crown is a damage dealer to an extent. So, I mean, I'm not really surprised about that, but let me pull up my camera roll here, and I'm going to just tell you guys the numbers. So, obviously, what it was before with Mari, the final number was 1.407 billion. This one is 1.884 billion, right? Now, the actual overall number was, let's see. So with Crown, it is 710 million on Red Hood. And then obviously with Mari, it is 682 million. And then when it comes to Laplace, as you guys see here with Crown, it's 651 million, and then with Mari, it's 540 million. So you guys can see, that's what I mean when I say Mari is a lower version of Crown. Not to mention Mari is 555, right? And so if I had Mari at 10-10-10, probably it would be even closer, because Crown is 10-10-10, so it would be probably closer. It's just how that would be. So Yeah, that's why I always will say Mari is a lesser version of Crown. I'm not saying Mari's better than Crown, but is Mari like the closest thing to Crown? I would say so, right? Especially when it comes to her and Pierce characters. I think I would say that's just how it is. So you guys let me know what you think. And when Mari does come back, I'll probably make a full-blown Should You Summon. I don't remember when Mari's coming out. I think Mari comes out next week. I think tomorrow both of the old Rays come, or the new Ray and the old Ray comes out, and then next week Mari reruns. I'll probably make a Should You Summon tomorrow for obviously Ray and Mari, and obviously just the new Ray, and then I'll talk about it. But do I think this Mari is good? Yeah, I do. I think this is a character who's very viable, especially for the Pierce team. Like, let me see something actually. I just want to see something between Grave. That's what I want to see for Grave. Does Grave give her Pierce on her burst skill? She does. She does also hear as well. I know that for a fact. She does hear as well, but she really gives it on her burst skill as well. So yeah. But yeah, I would say Mari and Grave are somewhat similar, and then I would say Mari's a lesser version, and Grave and Mari are a lesser version of Crown. That's what I would say. But like I said, you guys let me know what you think. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys like this character, if you think she's usable or not. I know a lot of people use Mari till this day, especially in solo raid, especially in union raid. I know a lot of people use Mari still, so I'm not like really sure. I'm not gonna come here and be like, oh, I don't know if many people use her still. I know a lot of people use Mari. Even I still use Mari when I'm running my Pierce team with Zwei, right? So you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.